All right, hi, and welcome to Can We Make a Chart in Half an Hour? So I'm here with my two compatriots from Rose, and we're going to try to take some data from Baseball Prospectus, well, Baseball Reference, and Baseball Cube, and make a chart of the day. And we had the idea of making a chart of the day about Pedro Martinez's career. First, we're just going to take some raw data. The first data that we took, and we're going to play around with Excel and then use Rose eventually, was the top win rare for all time single season for a pitcher. This data. You can tell they're being a little hostile here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out of this and into here, and this is the data as we pulled it. We cleaned it a little bit. We can actually just quickly, where did my notebook go, guys? Whoa, already off the rails here. Too many notebooks. Here we go. Pedro, we'll put it at the end. Okay, let's see. So we have this one. We have this map. This is all data we've just quickly pulled and pushed. These are just lifetime stats, okay? So what you'll notice here is that these need to be cleaned. Why do they need to be cleaned? Because it's pitcher and age. At the same time, we need to uniquely identify these. So get rid of this. This is the link to the notebook. And we're going to do a little bit of Excel. You can do this in SQL or Rose, but I really don't think it's a good idea. So we're going to say, take anything that is a plus or a left bracket and give me everything to the left of it. So equals left, this, find plus in this, and you can do this in regex if you're in something else. The problem is that if you do this for every pitcher, what you find is that the ones that don't have that have a different problem. So they go left of that, find, open bracket, close, open bracket, in this, close, -1, close. Oh, and then it breaks it more. So why did that break? Because I'm doing a double left. Why is that a problem? So take this out, put it here, get rid of the first one. Oh, because that's erroring, that's why. So it should be if error. If error, then left. This, comma, find that, -1, enter, go away, perfect. Okay, now we at least have common names. Notice that every 50, this stupid thing is going to have player in there. The nice thing is that at least there's no data for player. We can try to edit this out by hand, or we can do it in Excel. Let's worry about that after we get the date, because this is actually going to have their age. So this is name clean. And this is work you have to do no matter what interface you're in. If it's Rose, if it's something else, if you went to this and tried to get this data, you'd be dealing with this. So go here, and what we're going to try to do is extract everything to the right of that parenthesis. In fact, we only have 2 unit years, so it's going to be the 2 things from the third. So we want to go right 3, left 2. And this is where it's like a logic game. And it needs to know its number. Age. Wonderful. I don't know what that little star means. Let's look quickly. Oh god. Maybe All-Star? Maybe indicates Hall of Fame. Not helpful. I mean, I guess it's helpful. So HOF. This is all the data that's buried in this. So if find star in this 1, otherwise 0. If find, yes. If find star, value if true, value if false. Oh, find plus. Yeah, and then if error, what do we do, guys? 0, because it's a binary, right? Okay, now let's push. This is a better map. Let's push this map. It's actually a way to look at this. Okay, now let's take this map and start to futz with it in rows. So we're going to go here and re-pull this, right? And now I'm going to say group by name clean, add WinRAR. Can we do that? What do you think, guys? Does add work? No. I need 3 parameters.
Sum?
Right. Okay, so group by, column to group, the column to aggregate is WinRAR, I think, and the aggregation is sum. Good. Great. Now let's sort by WinRAR in the good order. We need to get rid of this top one. How do we do that, JD?
You could run a filter?
Yeah. We could say filter use. And it says if this equals player 0, otherwise 1. Right, that should do it. No, because it's even player changes as they go down. Player age that year. Okay, so we go here and we go if that equals player. Oh, come on,
man. A more simple thing would be to run a find layer in the text, and then if error 1.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. We'll put the filter in front of, and we'll zoom in a little bit so we can read at home what's going on. Filter use equal 1. Did I not push it? No, I did. Oh, user. So re-pushing the map, rerunning that should work. There it is. Wonderful, right? And so let's say limit, what, 20? Bar chart, labels, name, clean, right? WinRAR. That's it, right? What am I missing? Look at that, guys. Lifetime WinRAR, okay? Now we'll call this USA Culture Smart Top Winner All Time equals, right, lifetime bar chart. And let's take this and run it, but then I'm going to futz with it because I want Pedro to be at the top, right? So let's think about this. There's Pedro. Randy Johnson's up there, so let's do filter year, right? We have year in here. Is greater than 1980. Oh no. Fuck. I accidentally hit the button again. So now I gotta do... sorry guys. So here, if I do details or tree, it'll at least give me the right logic, even though it's cached. go take this, right? This is the all-time one. Copy it, put it here, equals. Oh, now it's broken. There we go. Okay, now we want to filter it, right? And say filter year greater than 1980, group by name clean, blah, 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 blah. Clemens, okay? Call this since 1980. I mean, that right there is like a pretty good one. But let's do a top 10 so it's a little easier for everyone to see. Okay, now let's go here, give this a better name, all right? Equals top 10. Forgot this filter. Filter year greater than 1980. That's gonna like kind of screw a couple of these guys who pitched in the 70s, but I just don't care at the moment. Let's do 10. Right, there we go. Chart of the day. Thread of the day. But we're not done. Because we still want to find Pedro, right? So what we're going to try to do is, JD, can we make a new column and make it based on math from the other two? I'd like to do WinRAR per inning. I could do it in Excel, but
I don't believe so.
so this is where we go into Excel, right? So let's go here and just mess around with data. And this is year, this is innings, right? So equals this divided by innings. You have all this data buried in this, right? Okay, now this is WinRAR per inning. Now, what we want to do is, let's take the results from that query back up here. Maybe these guys, right? Top 20 guys from 1980, this is all time. Let's take these guys. This is the relevant, you know, folks who we're going to compete with or whatever. Just do everything but bar chart and just pull it in Excel. This is where Rose is not the only tool you'll need. It's the tool that is the best tool relative to what you already have. Okay, take this, because I just want these names. Oh, why doesn't it work? Because I added a little thing at the end, sorry. Okay, I just want these names. And let's look for just these guys, right? These are the folks who, yeah, we can do that. Had the most WinRAR total. Okay, what we're going to say is, actually no, get rid of that, sorry. We have these names, we can say innings, right, equals sum ifs criteria range equals and that. Because I don't want all the little guys. I just want the big guys here. So what I actually just did, I just did a lookup. Honestly, we could probably do it in the other one, but Okay, who's got the best? Pedro and Greinke. Right, so we'll take this. How do we do that? Just WinRAR per inning. I guess we could do in the big map. We could just. The problem is that this is now an aggregation problem because you want all the WinRAR divided by all the innings and compare those and then filter that map. Whereas this is WinRAR per inning, but if you only do 2 innings, it's going to be in here. It's also of the best seasons. So this isn't even a really good sample because it doesn't have all of these guys' innings in here, right? These are of their best seasons. Who had the best season? Does that make sense? Because we're already filtering from this thing.
Yeah.
So let's go over here and just for a second now, this is where we might do some work. Does this thing have WinRAR? It has WinRAR, I think. Of course it does not have WinRAR. Okay, so we're going to go get it. So now we're going to look at those seasons. Go back to Pedro. In his advanced stats, it'll say WinRAR right here. Should find WinRAR. Well, they call it WAR now, but okay, fine. Take this, plop it here. Take this. Now you can imagine a scraper now that goes and gets this for all the pictures we want and does a nice little thing on it, right? We're not going to belabor the point right now, but we are going to just do a little bit of charts. It's going to be one and the other. One's a time series, one's like that thing we just did. Okay, and this is going to say how many WinRARs did they get? Equals index. Right, because now we need to do match year now. If this doesn't know that those are dates, it's going to have a problem. Nope, it does it okay. Great. WinRAR per inning pitched. Okay, now let's print that. Nice. Okay, we're going to turn that into a time series here. Make this a date. Equals date. Year 12/31. Okay, we're going to take these guys who we don't have, right? Because this is how many innings they pitched. So notice that the more innings you pitched in this number, the harder it is to maintain that level. Well, that makes sense, obviously, but sorry, what I mean is if I do innings pitched that's actually interesting too. Clemens, just a beast. Wow. So let's look at Clemens. Let's compare Clemens, Johnson. I don't know, you guys. Which would I think that maybe these 4 guys, the 4 best pitchers ever, and we can just quickly. What we'll do is we'll go get this data for these 4 guys, and that's my memory too, right? And the idea is like, as a person trying to answer this question of who's the best pitcher ever, or who's the best modern pitcher ever, do you count the fact that Pedro has 16% more wins per inning than the best pitcher of all time or whatever, Clemens? Well, he only pitched this many innings. Right? That's what's kind of interesting. So what I'm going to try to do is create a time series chart here under BREF. And we're going to say Clemens, okay, these guys. And we probably don't really want to use these guys. This one's obviously done. This one, okay. Some of these guys are still pitching, but okay. And we could just say equals index. But the problem is that this is just a gigantic bias. Why is this such a big bias, guys? Because these are picked from the 500 best seasons ever.
Yeah.
So all of their shitty seasons won't be in here. So we're comparing Pedro's peak to their peak. Pedro's career to their peak, which is not fair, right? But that's okay. So let's go just for example, and then we can do, and let's do Maddux. But we'll have date be on the left because that's what fucks with everyone. Date is right. Get rid of this. We might need that for pitchers that have more history than him, right? But this will do for now. Okay, and we're gonna go instead of Pedro, we're just gonna put in his actual numbers, right? And now we can do. Control. This is the data. Sorry. This is the data. These are the headers. Control Shift P. Here's a chart. Now, why is this being all futzy? Let's figure out. Make this. Right click, numbers. Y. Let's do every 5 years. Right, and we have Pedro, and everyone else is just flat. Okay, well that kind of makes sense, but those numbers are all wrong because they shouldn't be the same. So what's going on here? No, it is. They're just all really close, and his peak is just so much higher than their average. So to go back, these numbers don't have that much meaning, but these are big differences. 3.6, 3.7, 3.6, 3.7. So now we have to go get those. Let's go back here to B cube. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 arrays. This is so messy, but it's just there's no good way to do it. Okay, take this. This is going to be called just like who cares. Okay, go in here, and I'm going to make these arrays bigger, right? By just going and getting the data and plopping it in for each of these idiots. Which is stupid, but that's why I did it in this way to begin with. So we're going to go here. We're going to save the link now as data, which is kind of annoying, but important. Okay, now let's go and get these dudes, right? This is where the dots come in handy. Equals substitute spaces for dots and lower. That's their new name. You give them another UID, but who cares? Okay, so this is as clean a sample as you're gonna get, although we lost Clemens. Great, and now let's take this and plop it somewhere we can get it later. Okay. And now we need to say, okay, well, how much data does Clemens have? So we go find Clemens. And there's not a great way to do this. We just say Roger Clemens. They already know. Now, we don't need all this data, but we're going to get it anyway because we might as well just get it while we're here. And this data starts here. Does it have the same schema? Yes, it basically does. Right, get rid of Pedro. Right, put Clemens in the driver's seat. Take Randy Johnson and put them down here. Now you can delete them. Now you know this array is all Clemens. We know it's baseball reference. Let's go with the link. Great. Copy paste this, right? Copy paste X this. Control shift, blah 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 blah. This is baseball reference. This seems so stupid, but it will make our life really easy because now we have a big fucking table that actually calculates. So this stuff down here needs to be dragged down. Not all of this stuff, just this stuff. Okay, now this will calculate. Great. Now we need to do Randy Johnson. Actually, no, we need to do his advanced stats. So this part sucks because we need this win runner number from both stupid arrays. And we're going to call this Clemens. Yeah, you guys can peace out. Oh, this part sucks.
Internet is just lagging with the video.
It's okay. I'm just going to try not. This is why we usually have music playing. Notice, though, that the worst part of this is just us dealing with getting data out of other people's things. Always. But as long as you structure that data right, you're fine. It's just you need to be a little bit annoying like me. So while we're doing this, let's just talk. How would you guys adjudicate this? Like, short time versus high impact, you know? What do you think's better?
I think in theory, high impact, because there's likely a plethora. Like, I would imagine there's more players that can operate like just like a regular game through the 7 innings. Teams aren't as focused on, getting every single run they can. And so people who can close out during those moments.
Yeah, it depends on your goals, right? Depends on you trying to win championships and how does that work and are they healthy during the championship? Like, I think that, they have salary. Oh, yeah. Amazing. That's what I wanted. Now that's where it gets fun. Right? Because you can start saying, well, how are they doing? Are they running these portfolios in a good way? Right? Because what's the highest ROI impact? And this connects to all the stuff we talked about with sharp ratios and that shit too. But let's not get too distracted too soon. Okay. So we got Maddux. I'm going to pause on this for now so that we don't do too much. Halliday. I mean, Halliday was pretty good. Did we get Maddux's advanced? Yeah, let's get Halliday. The Canadians will get mad at me. And the goal of this whole exercise is just mostly to even just think about like what is a good way to use visualizations to answer these questions. You know what I mean? Because like, look at all this data. I can't read this data. Can you read this data? I'm having a hard time just getting into a spreadsheet, let alone understanding it. Which is okay.
Yep.
Right? But that's kind of the game. So if we can make these things pretty and beautiful, that's what we want to do for people. Okay, so we did Holiday. Let's just finish it out. Oh, God. Verlander. I was so long Verlander when he was in Detroit back in the day. I was really good at fantasy baseball in 2005 and 2007. That's how we got into this mess. I've abandoned the link, but I shouldn't. Okay, his advanced stats. You guys don't need to be here for this. I'm sorry. You guys want to do something else while I do this? You can try to be parallel. Show the people at home.
Sure. It's fun to look at.
There is research process here, but it's just like you only get it every little bit. Okay, take this link. Got Verlander. Okay, Kurt Schilling. Great pitchers, Boston. Okay, Kurt Schilling. Only three. Oh, I love Santana. Santana was my favorite. I was so long Johan Santana for so long. Just killed me. Okay. There we go. Showing. Okay, get his advanced stats. And there were a couple of products that used to do this for you, but not really. Surprising. Okay, who's next? Johan?
Yeah, building fantasy
Stuff into Rose would be likely helpful.
Something that did this really fast would be great, but you know, I don't know what people use it. Santana was a great. So Santana's like a good parallel for Pedro, because his best years were some of the best years ever seen by any pitcher, and hopefully we can show that. Okay, Santana. Now notice there's a little bit of wrong one. Who's next? We had Greinke was last, and then Kershaw. Wow, he was another hot ticket item. Okay. He's still going, right? Yep. All-star. And we should just put all these in the same bucket. Probably misspelled his name wrong. Right? Isn't there a Y in there? Oh, my eyes are blurry. So much data. Okay, who was the last guy? Greinke. Okay. Frankie also still gone. Don't forget that too, Campbell. Okay, pop it there. Pop it there. Pop it there. Oh my goodness, amazing. Advanced stats. Pop it here. Okay, so we're gonna do. We are gonna make one big fuck off table from this. Okay. Right, but what we need to do is, before we do that, take into account that how did we establish this array? Well, we did it not in order of years, but in order of it's organized where time is not consistent. It's just a table where time pops in and out. So first of all, let's clean the table up so that it's all good. Go down to Grenke. Okay. But okay, and then calculate all this shit. There we go. Okay, so now we can know what we can do is rather than look this stuff up and recalculate it, right? Let's actually go and just recreate this bottom table and make it one big table. Because I don't know about you, but I don't think we need like all this stuff. So what I'm going to do is call this equals name and dot and year. That should, if I did a good job, give me a unique identifier, at least for this is name dot year, right? And this is just blah. And now I have these, or name dot year here, right? And this is link that's not being used. Okay, now I have age, which we have up there already, right? Yep. Team, we have that already. Lead, we have that already. Innings pitched, I think we have that already. Let's look at the top. Yeah, innings pitched. Yep. Okay, good. So we'll go here, and what do we have that's new? Runs 9, all this shit. Right? So take this, dump it here, making a new unique key, unfortunately called name dot year equals name and dot year. Go down to the bottom, go back up, go over, save the file. It's getting kind of wonky. Oh no! I just closed the file. Amazing. Don't you love when that happens? Okay, well, I think I saved it on the way to closing it, so that's why I closed so fast. So it's back. Oh my god, if I lost that, I would be so sad. Good, we did not lose it. Oh my god. Always save your files, folks. Save. Okay, go back over here, and we're just going to do an index match. We could do a rows lookup, but we get to then create these unique identifiers. So we go up here, and what we're really looking up is in this table, right? And what are we looking up? We're looking up the person and the year. Which was around here somewhere, right? It was here. Uh-oh. Yeah, here. Match that column header into this column array. Yay! Okay. Now this is actually, we can use this table. Whoa, when it works. Why didn't it work? Because I probably fucked up some of the names. Okay. So who's not matching? None of these guys are matching. Why aren't they matching? Justin, Verlander, Kurt Schilling. Okay, why? Copy paste as values. Because of the double dots in Verlander and double dots in here. Why are there double dots everywhere? Oh, that's why. So then you have to remodel your data by hand for some reason. At least it's consistent. Oh my god. Now this will work. There we go. Oh, the last one didn't work. Why? Because I probably spelled his name wrong. Yep. E before I, Alex. Okay. Okay, go back here. Okay, it works, but oh no, these are kind of off. What's up with this? Why don't I have, why is salary moving all over the place? Oh no, guys, what's the problem? Oh no, oh no. Oh.
Did the hyperlinks create offsets?
No, it's that baseball reference is not consistent. It's inserting tables and how it copies and pastes it. So in our lookup table down here, when I copy pasted it and I assumed that they were all the same schema, that was a bad assumption. So now we have to clean that. So it shouldn't be too hard, but just go look at this like fancy table. And salary is going to help, right? Because salary, at least we can see. So let's look at it. And this is where we want to start looking at data for sure. Right? Alt HLR. And let's say green is money. Okay. So this one got fucked because it looks like innings should be here, right? Kershaw, there's no data for that, which is weird. And then this one also has innings that are in the wrong place. So that's okay. So we go back to Kershaw. And this is almost done, actually. By the way, none of this is rows. This is all just cleaning up other people's bullshit. So, unfortunately. I don't know why it didn't get that column, but we're just going to do it ourselves again. So Clayton Kershaw, I think it's here. Yep. And then it just did the same thing, but that's okay. Great. Okay, now when we go re-pull this, it should actually be a pretty nice table. Oh my god, look at that. Okay, push the table. Oh my god, push the table before it blows up. So we're going to push this whole table. We'll call this Baseball MLB Modern Pitcher Stats Yearly. Great. And I don't know what the other map is called, but who cares? Let's push map. Modern, not modern. Push map. Okay. Now, again, this is where the magic grows. Fuck that. Ought to be good. Because, Wards is in there twice. Okay. Don't push with 2 columns. So now I want to do a couple of things just quickly and take this, go back to rows. Thank God, get out of there. Okay. And we're going to go group by name, clear, salary, zone. Why not? It's called salary. It's got to be a name. Okay, so what did I do wrong? Name. Great. Great, look at that. Okay. Okay, now it's really hard to do table operations, right? Like you can't do divide one column by another. So what we're going to say is before we do that, let's actually go and do 1980, 1960, 1, 1, 1960, 1, 31, 1960. And we're USA CPI. And we're going to inflation adjust all these numbers quickly. Three, two, one, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, if today is 100, that's wrong. So why is that wrong? Times that. Still wrong. Okay, there we go. But that seems wrong too. CPI is really okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So we're gonna take salary. Say NPV. Okay, equals index this match year. Date.
Let's hear.
X divided by 100. Okay, because Frankie's getting dollars as of today, right? Oh my god, we need to fix the fucking. Do it again. Who cares? This is called making an estimation. Okay. Great. That should work now. Why doesn't it work? Ugh. Probably because I fucked this up. Okay. Okay, so let's do times million. No. Loom. I hate when you do that. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay, so now we have dollars. Now let's do this same chart, but with a better salary. Where'd it go? Salary inflation adjusted. Oh, why? Interesting. Is that right? I guess it is. So let's look at those compared to each other. So Justin's got 2.3, he's got 190, Johan, okay. So inflation, not a big deal. Schilling gets cut a bunch with inflation. But Greinke gets paid a lot, wow. Okay. So where are we going with this? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a counter in. Okay. Which says year pro. And it's going to say equals if, do we want to give them credit for like years where they pitch one inning? I don't think so, right?
Probably not.
Let's say we got to cut it off at like 26. I would say like 50. Because they usually get a call up right there. But then they get injured. So it's like kind of, because then they get injured and then we don't count the years where they get a shit ton of money. So let's pick the years where they get paid or they do 50 innings. Well, no, I want to just starting clock. So the starting clock should be their first appearance. And everyone has a shitty first year. I don't know. Or we could do their age. Let's do age. So versus, yep. We're going to do age. That's what Pacoda was. So what's our max age? Our min age is 20. Our max age is 38, 37, 42, 44. Okay, so we need an array from 20 to 44. Right? And we need all these names. But remove duplicates. And how many things do we really want to track? Well, what have we been tracking so far? We've been tracking innings, right? Get rid of name. WinRAR, right? Salary, inf adjusted. What else? Let's do K over BB. K over 9. Strikeout per 9. Right? Walks per 9. Home runs per 9. Those are the 3 what we call true outcomes. You guys ever do any of this stuff?
No.
This is like, this is all stuff the pitcher can kind of control. Whip, I don't want a whip. I don't even want ERA. I just want, kind of want ERA plus. Okay, fine, that's it. And then we'll do K over BB. Where's that? That should be in advanced stats. Really, guys? You're going to make me... Well, I'd like to do a chart that shows their K over BB ratio cumulative over time. So we're going to need strikeouts and walks, unfortunately. And then we can even, we can even do K over BB, which is the most invaluable. It's got to be in here though. It's the most valuable number in the world for these guys. You'll see, and then we can strikeouts per 9, strikeouts. I think it's strikeouts per walk. Yeah, they call it SOW. But we'll do our own and then recalculate it. But this will be calculated, so we will put it over there. Everything that's not calculated, we want in the same array. Right? Nice. Okay, now we have a pretty nice array. And what we need to do is create another unique identifier, which is name and age. Equals name and age. Great, because there's 2 versions of time here, right? There's the time that I have and the time that you have. Okay, and then we already have that. So great. So we go here and we're gonna say equals index. My big map. I could use rows, but I'm not going to. Go over all the way down. And F4 match into this player and this year of their life in this big array. Block the cell, match. What am I looking for? I'm looking for innings pitched. Basically something in this array. Yay! Okay. Amazing, 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 amazing. I mean, this is just going to be chart central, honestly. Right? Oh, but something didn't work. Okay, so K over BB didn't work because there's no data. So we want to do K over BB here. Yep, and see these agree now. So if we do this, oh, they don't? Yeah, they do. And this, right? And then we look at that chart, you see how it goes over time. Okay, so now I'm just going to put in here 2000. No, let's go 19. I don't know. I just want to have like some date that's not. Let's go 1980. Just so that the charts can have a time series on it and not be stupid. I mean, I guess we could do that number. Okay, so now what we want to do before we do any of this is WinRAR. Remember that was our big thing? So let's just look at this data. Classic.
It's neat that they all peak around the same value.
Well, that's what Pacoda
I guess that's like the max.
That was what Pacoda was saying. Pacoda was saying, look at the players based on their age, not based on the year, and you'll see all kinds of stuff. So, like, when did these guys peak? Yeah. Like, you see Santana was a flash in the pan. You see Verlander. Whoa, Verlander's data looks fucked up because he's got more data. Halliday crushed Pedro, done by 34. So
you could kind of look and see like maybe somewhere between 4 and 6 is like a threshold, and you'd be like, what's their total above that number? How long they were above that number?
Yep. Well, why is Clayton fucked up? So Clayton Kershaw is fucked up. Looks like Greinke's fucked up. Verlander's fucked up. So some of these aren't pulling. Why aren't they pulling? Let's go look at Jason Verlander's WinRAR in 19 blah blah blah. Oh, this is where you really want to lock your array. So let's go over to WinRAR. That's not good. So it exists. It's just not pulling it. Oh, because I did WAR instead of WinRAR. That's why. Whoa. Hold on. There it is. How is that different than RAR? It's the same thing. Okay, so we're going to use RAR instead. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Really mattered. Okay, so take this, move this axis. Fucking always does this. I would go low, actually, and I would go no line and no markers. No ticks. Okay, let's do this separated by 4 maybe. Goes from -4 to 12. Still looks pretty busy, no?
Yeah.
It's a little too busy. So why is it so busy? Because there's so many guys on the page, but let's try to make it clear. So let's make well, here's where we could do a fun aggregation. Everyone but PD. not working. Why not working? Oh, because I locked the cell. Oh, terrible. Never lock your cells like that, guys. That's despicable. Honestly, I shouldn't even be locking these fucking cells because it's always the same. So I'm just gonna unlock them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now, rather than that, we can try this. I'm just gonna do dates because I just can't. Okay. When did he start? There we go. I know it's just stupid, but I just need to do it. Okay. So we're gonna compare Pedro to all the best pitchers of all time. Okay? And their average lifetime. Right? There we go. And this will tell a story. So I don't know if we want to do this for this thing. It could be another like something. This is like if his career was the same as everybody else's. And we talk about print all. This is kind of where that comes from. And we can do Control Shift R. Okay, now this was WinRAR, right? And we need to go fill in everybody but Pedro here. Oh, salary didn't work. Okay. And then you see the auto formatting dies, so. What's this? Salary, and then salary inflation adjusted. That's kind of funny. Why didn't this thing work? salary inflation adjusted. Because it doesn't like salary inflation adjusted. I probably called it something different, huh? Where'd it go? Is it up here? No. Okay, we should really color this stuff. Helps us get our way around the table. Yeah, salary inflation adjust. Oh, salary, that's why. Typo. There we go. Okay. You can see them all getting up. That'd be kind of cool. We could chart their, we'll do it in a bit. This is their Ks, right? K per 9. This is their walks per 9. I don't know what this is. Home runs per 9, right? So you can see people start to get crushed as they get older, and then there's this huge selection effect. So we're really dealing with both ends of it. What's this? Strikeouts? Yeah. This. Okay, we're almost done. Oh no, strikeouts again. What? What was this then? Okay, whatever. Almost there. Walks. That shows it. And then we'll last do dollars per win. So Pedro.
You want to do dollars per win or
sorry, win runners per
per
dollar. Yep, you're right. Donka. Yeah, and this is pretty cheeky because I just want to do equals sum ifs WinRARs. Right. If they're above 0. divide by some ifs innings. We had, let's do WinRAR per inning and then WinRAR per salary, because I want to do both. Okay, what we need to do is this. There we go. And then this is going to be change the formula so that instead of that, it's salary. Let's do salary inflation adjusted. Oops, wrong one. Didn't work. That should work, no? Oops, wrong thing. Okay. Hold on. WinRAR per USD. Right? That's right. That's right. Okay. And then this is going to be WinRAR per USD. So it should be, oh no, it's, yeah, WinRAR per USD. No? I guess I could just take the averages actually. Because the cumulative is the sum of the averages. But why are these all off? Because it's, oh, because that's all fucked up. Ah, fuck, come on. Where did that go? Why is that kid? No. Ugh. What the fuck? Okay, so this is WinRAR per USD times a million. Great. Save. Same chart. There we go. was this? This was WinRAR per inning, right? So this is going to be WinRAR per $1 million. Logarithmic scale, who cares? Oh, there we go. Okay, well we can, I don't want to do it right now, but now we can tell a story. It could be like a Medium post or something or whatever, but we have some data here. It's kind of fun. We can show it, right? The idea being, when does a pitcher WinRAR per inning, right? So when's a pitcher their best value? Right? Clearly at the beginning of their career. And their effectiveness is pretty constant. This is for the good guys, right?
Yeah.
And, okay. And
go to the everyone but Pedro. So, like, the good players average, right? WinRAR is 0.02.
This is the best pitchers in the world. When they still pitch, they pitch at about 0.2. Now that 0.2 is, weighted by the number of innings that they are pitching, meaning that when they do something stupid and they can't pitch anymore, you know what I mean? So we can probably see that here in this data by doing this. Looking at all the data.
I mean, you definitely see a pattern with most pitchers that over the long term they're not necessarily consistent. They have, their starting rise is when they're the best value,
Right.
and then they tag off.
That's what we're seeing, even in the best pitchers in the world, right?
Yep.
So we take this. And what I'm going to try to do is now I'm going to use color in a way that I try not to use and just say, okay, do this. And everyone but Pedro is going to be gray. Okay, now take this and let's do the per dollars thing too. So go back up. Because that's when we kind of really want to show. Yeah. See, it goes negative. So why don't we take it out of log scale and just say cap it at 50? Because it's so low. You know what I mean? It's like with these young pitchers, you get 20 wins per $1 million if you do it right. That sounds great. Where's the log scale? But they're so low that we really do need 0 or negative because they had bad years, right? -5. Oh, reset. I don't know. We could. It's just such a volatile number because the numerator. Well, what if we did dollars per RAR? That's probably a better thing. right? Because it's going to uninvert that number. Okay, go back down. That's a fun way to do it, maybe. It's like, all right, let's pause. Think about what our chart of the day is going to be. I was going to do color coded, but it's just so much volatility. Like, you could do this and just look for like strike, like WinRAR per BB, no, WinRAR per inning.
The WinRAR per dollar, I think, to me was the clearest chart of
But
like
the numbers
the
are
cycle
so
of a
volatile, that's
baseball
what I'm
player.
saying. It's like, because you get paid so little at the beginning, it just blows out the, like, you know? It blows out the numbers. They get so high. So, like, for example, here, this is what I was thinking was you could show, you know, their numbers. Here's K over BB. And maybe these like scatter plots are better. Not scatter plots, like heat maps are better. Like red's high, right? But like, oof, look at. And then you get into all these average problems. ERA plus, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But, and I don't think this is a total distraction because I think it actually does tell something kind of interesting. Like, look, there's the peak, right? There's the peak. There's the peak. His peak is late. His peak is there. His peak is still going. His peak is over. Clemens retired. Wow, look at Clemens. That was steroids, right? But you can at least see it here where it goes bloop, bloop, bloop. They all do like, you know, right before they retire, except for Santana. They all go down 3 years in a row on their ERA plus. What about their K over BB dies? What about their WinRAR per USD? Let's start this at, you know, make it max out at like, I don't know, 5? Like, this is when they're like a great deal. Anything above 2 is pretty good. It's just these old pitchers, you just never get. That's what's clear from this, right? At least we can try to. I'm not going to fix it right now, but you really only get until, except for the couple exceptions. I mean, it does depend on when they go, but. And this is a huge fucked up sample size bias because like Clemens is pitching in it, so he single-handedly like ruins the numbers because he's like the only guy who's alive. Him and Johnson. That's one. I think this is a really interesting like question though. Here, I'm gonna pause, and we'll do one of these for the thing, but I'll pause the video.